Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Visual Marketing Mentors, LLC. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always we love to bring to you great businesses that we meet out there while we're networking and connecting, and also great nonprofit organizations as well and associations. We have another good business for you here, and we want to introduce you to Miss Tiny Wilson Burris. Welcome, Tiny.
Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. So now, to tell you a little bit about Tiny, she is the founder and CEO of Health on the Go, LLC. She's worked for 17 years in nursing, and her career has been she's been a registered nurse, family nurse practitioner, certified nutrition consultant, and a diabetes educator. It has afforded her the opportunity to work in various settings, including hospital, public health, state institutions, and retail clinical settings. And in the midst of all of that, Tiny started her business, Health on the Go LLC, and it's a health education and consulting company dedicated to promoting a healthier, more active lifestyle. And she just has so much time. I'm going to let you share more about your business. But first, let me ask you, what made you want to start your business?
Well, when I started out as a nurse practitioner, I would do the physicals on the teens because I worked in teen clinic, and we would do a 24-hour diet recall.
Okay.
And many of the times they would tell me, well, they had French fries, and they thought that was a vegetable that they only needed,
Right.
No fruits, and so it just made me think that I really needed to start educating the parents about what their children should have. But I first needed to educate myself.
Okay.
So that's why I went back to school and did a certification in nutrition.
Okay, good, good. So now, tell us, so in starting the business, kind of how did you first tackle that? Like, where did you go to start getting the education out there?
Well, on my job, I just started using the skills that I had gained as a practitioner, as a nurse, and as a diabetes educator. Just started incorporating that into all of the talks that I would do with the teens and with their parents, and then people would ask me, to come out and talk about different things, and I would. So that's just how I started getting the message out.
That's good. And, and this is certainly the time of year where we need that education when it comes to health and nutrition. And, we talk a lot about obesity, especially in the youth, because that seems to have grown over the years for many, many reasons. Talk a little bit about that and how you try to help support that.
Well, we know that there's an epidemic of obesity in our children. And so I just try to, involve the parents and the schools into just taking the responsibility. Hey, these are our children, they are our future, and we got to do right by them. So a lot of times when I talk to them about their education, they're like, well, my mother doesn't buy this. Let me talk to your mom.
Okay.
Have her to come in the next time you come in. And so that's just how it gets started.
Okay, so really taking it from the youth and then spreading that to the parents. And I'm sure the parents appreciate that, because then it just becomes an overall healthier household when they learn about proper nutrition.
Yes, it does. Yeah. And I've had many parents. Do you want me to go ahead and talk about this?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
absolutely.
This is one of the reasons why I published this book, this coloring activity workbook called You Are What You Eat, and it's geared toward adolescents and probably starting in the 6-7-year-olds, because they can do all of the word puzzles and the scrambles, and then they go and ask their parents, well, Mom, what is this?
Okay.
Shouldn't we be eating this? Or
good.
They say this is good for your digestive system. So it just gives them an opportunity to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's definitely a fun way, and even as adults, because when you want to do something else with your brain, doing something like coloring activities, and a great way for them to connect with their kids as well and do some things together. But it sounds like it's also a good way for kids to enjoy some of the vegetables, especially, that they kind of just steer away from, not even because they've really tried it, but just because they hear it doesn't sound great, doesn't look great, but then when you see it in a coloring book like yours, it gives them more of a connection connection to that.
Oh yes, they'll remember the picture. They'll remember the broccoli, and they're like, "Oh, this is good for me," or they'll remember the carrot. So I should eat a carrot. It might help my eyesight. You know,
Okay.
they'll just connect the dots
Right.
eventually, and then it helps the parents too because they'll say, "Well, didn't you read that in your book?
Okay.
You know, maybe you should eat that or go get your book."
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
great because oftentimes coming from the parents, kids don't necessarily want to do certain things or eat certain foods, but then when they hear it from a third party,
Well, we do corporate wellness.
okay,
So we've done some pilot programs and with the Kanye's Housing Authority and even with the SBDC out in Gwinnett County.
okay,
And we did a team building exercise where they could come in and they could, you know, go up against the other team, but they were challenged to exercise. They were
Okay.
challenged to eat right. They were challenged to maintain their blood pressure, and
Okay.
if they had diabetes, they were challenged to get that under control. And so, and they learned a lot.
Now
And
this
that
is
was
over
the
what
key.
period of time?
Over 6 weeks.
Okay,
6 weeks. And they were just enthusiastic about the program because it really brought attention to a lot of things that many people overlook, such as their body shape and how it can, you know, cause disease, a disease process. So it was just a great opportunity just to work with them and to see how they that I would say their knowledge increased.
okay,
Yes.
okay. So, and this is a program that companies can have where they can bring you in to work with their staff and their employees to be able to be more conscious and health conscious and learn about it more.
Oh yes, and
Okay.
in the process they can have fun.
Okay. And again, I always bring it back to, you know, this season we're talking about holiday season when we talk about the new year and really all year through. But it's definitely a great time to get started. People can kind of get jump started with that. So you all definitely, you know, if this is something that you're looking for coming into 2015, make sure that you reach out to Tiny so that she can bring this program into your corporate office, or even if it's a smaller company, I'm sure people can kind of get together a group and learn how to put this program together for themselves.
Oh, definitely, because it would benefit the company as well as the families.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, good. So now we're going to segue into more, but while we're talking about that, let them know how they can get in touch with you so that they can get a program like this off the ground.
Well, they can contact me through my website, Health on the Go, healthonthego.llc.com, and they can just go to the contact us and I will get an email. And they can also send us a letter, and all of that is on that website. The address is the 2890 Georgia Highway 212, Suite A, 360, Conyers, Georgia, 30094.
Fantastic. So everyone, healthonthego.llc.com. I've been to the site, so I know it's a lot of great information that's out there. A lot of information for you to find out about. Now, let's talk a little bit about this kind of new program. We'll call it program, but you have a 21-day vegetarian challenge. Tell everybody what that is.
Yes. Okay. I've been wanting to become a vegetarian for the longest.
Okay.
But I love meat.
Right.
So I figured this is the time for me to do it.
Okay.
So I've talked to a bunch of my friends, and they're willing to do it with me. So I was like, well, maybe I need to put it on the blog.
Okay.
So we're going to blog about it starting January the 5th. And so we'll let you get your first 4 days out of the way of the new year.
Okay.
Where you can
Load up
eat
on all the meat.
you want. But after that, we're asking that everyone eat vegetarian.
Okay.
I mean, and I am going to also send some menus out and some different recipes, so it'll kind of spice things up for you.
So a lot of support
definitely.
that'll go along with it. Now, this may be something I might have to get in because I'm like you. I keep thinking about it, but like you said, you know, I do like meat. So now let me ask for your 21-day challenge, because I know there's all types of vegetarians, vegan, and things like that. Some actually eat fish, and some don't eat anything that, you know, meat or has a face, as they say. So the one that you're doing, kind of how is it categorized?
Plant-based foods.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
You know, people have asked me, well, can I eat eggs? Well, no, not really.
Okay.
Can I eat dairy? No dairy.
Okay.
But, and then some people say, well, I just got to have some meat. I'll eat fish. So I'm not going to be that hard-nosed, I should say, about it. If you got to eat some fish, no more than 2 days a week.
Okay.
But you're eating healthy. The goal is to get you to become more conscious of what you're eating.
Okay.
And if you can do that, then I think that'll start the new year off
Okay.
right for you, and maybe it'll create some new habits.
Okay. Okay. So now, in talking about 21-day vegetarian challenge, also talk about how that, and I know as we learn more about going vegan and being vegetarian, all of that, for the things that we do miss from the meats and other things like the eggs and whatnot, how do you balance that for some of that nutrition that you get out of those foods?
Okay, but what people don't realize is there are beans that have protein in it.
Okay.
You can have soy, limited amounts of soy, and there are other peanut butter, nuts.
Okay.
All of these things have protein.
Okay.
And so the goal for the blog is to kind of tell you this is what has protein in it, and this is what would be good for you to try, so you can get your proper protein, and you won't be feeling like, oh, I'm just drained and I don't have any energy. So we're going to try to do this as a balanced diet.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, and it sounds like at least it's a way to get you started through healthonthegolllc.com, or where's the blog? Is the blog going to reside there?
The blog is going to reside on the website,
Okay.
but we're going to also publicize it on Facebook
Okay.
and on Twitter.
Okay.
And probably LinkedIn too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be everywhere.
Okay.
But we want you to come to the website so you can just blog with us, because you might have some tips to give other people.
Okay.
And I do have some people that are vegetarians already, and they say they would be happy to blog with us.
Oh, good.
So
good.
I think it's going to be great.
Okay. And that'll be great, too, because if you're getting some people, they can kind of, some of the things that I'm sure we'll discover as we go along through the weeks, some things that you'll experience, it'll be good to have someone that says, yeah, this is going to happen, or we've been there, or you may experience this, so, and this is kind of how we've dealt with it, how we make some of the dishes taste better,
Right.
So that you don't feel like you are really limiting yourself with that.
Definitely.
So we look forward to that. Everyone, make sure that you check out Tiny's blog and check them out on the different social networks so that you can join in 21 days. They say that's what it takes to create a new habit.
That's true.
It won't kill you for the 21 days.
No,
so.
it's going to make you healthier.
Right,
You may
exactly.
decide to stay a vegetarian.
Exactly, exactly. I love it. We certainly need that. Now, so let's talk about some other, and talking about the coming year, talk about some of the other things that you're looking to do for the coming year.
Well, we're looking to do more workplace wellness.
Okay.
And that is because we believe that when people are really informed, then they are empowered.
Okay.
And we teach the modifiable risk factors, like what can I do to stop smoking? What can I do as far as the alcohol? Because that's a modifiable risk factor.
Okay.
So we teach prevention as well as how to just maintain your health status if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And hopefully so. I mean,
Hopefully, because some people are already there,
Mhm.
and they might just need a little bit of help,
Okay.
a little bit of encouragement.
Okay.
So we're there to help with that too.
Okay, fantastic. And I know you've done CPR classes in the past, and
Yes.
some other programs like that as well.
We will be promoting the CPR because our CPR is mobile.
Okay.
And so we come to you and we give discounts when you have 8 or more people in the class. So we just encourage you to call and sign up, and we'll be happy to come and do your CPR. We also do first aid also.
Okay.
So it does not have to just be a BLS like for healthcare providers.
Okay.
We do first aid and CPR for people who are non-medical professionals.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely. And everybody needs first aid.
That's right. And I was just about to say, that's something I don't hear about as much, not being in corporate America. In corporate America, you often hear that they'll have programs where you can go through that. But, if you're an entrepreneur out there, this is something great. Get together your friends, or get together some other organizations or businesses that are out there, people that you network with, and put together a program so that you can have those skill sets that you need when it comes to CPR and first aid.
Definitely. I mean, all families need first aid.
Okay.
And CPR.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm getting some great ideas already in talking with Tiny, so we're so glad to have you on with that. And these are some things that, you really want to make sure that you follow up on as well, just individually for yourself, like you said, for your family, and then also for your business. Get creative in 2015 with other ways to collaborate with businesses. Now, before we close, let me ask you, are there any other tips or information that you have going on with Health on the Go that you'd like to share?
Well, We will be getting more into the community because we do have a nonprofit part of it now called Healthy and Wise.
Okay.
And we have our 501c3 status. So we will become more involved in the community as far as health education.
Okay. That's
Definitely.
great. We are looking forward to that. So everyone, we want to make sure that you reach out to Tiny Wilson Burris with Health on the Go. Tiny, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad to be here.
Good. We appreciate having you. Wealth of information for everyone. So please make sure, again, you reach out to Tiny at www.healthonthegolllc.com so that you can get more information, find out about the blog, find out about that 21-day vegetarian challenge, and get on board with that. Remember, with That's My Biz, we want to expose your business to the world, and we want to do that by helping you with the exposure that we provide on BizLinks TV network. So you can watch these shows and other episodes at www.bizlinks.tv. You can also connect with us, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date on new episodes as we put them out there, and also while BizLinks TV network is on location, and we're meeting more great businesses through those spotlights that we do. So please subscribe to us, watch this episode again, get the information, follow up, provide any kind of comments or questions that you have. We'll make sure that we get them to our guests as well. And for those that have the Roku, you'll be able to check us out there. Also, I am Pamela Alexander with That's My Biz. Remember, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.